Good morning and welcome to Rise and Nine. It is Monday, January 12th.
Yeah, another day where it doesn't really feel like January, though, with warmer temperatures ahead.
I know, and it'll be even warmer tomorrow. We're so lucky. It'll be in the 40s today.
Yeah, yesterday, this weekend, when it was a little bit colder, which is still actually not that much off of what it should be in January, I was like, oh, this is so cold, and that's going to be cold again this weekend, too.
I know. I decided to go run on Saturday morning. I know you ran this weekend, too, but we had that little bit of snow, and Saturday morning was actually kind of slick and cold, and I did not enjoy it, but I got it done.
I was in shorts and a tank top because I was running in my basement.
There you go. On the treadmill. That helps. Yeah.
Yeah, that snow, it disappeared just as quick as it got here. I got up at early, not as early as a regular weekday. I'm like, oh, there's nothing. Looked at again, there's a little dusting, and then the next time we went out for lunch, it was gone already.
Yeah, luckily it didn't last long. It was so weird, though, because our street didn't look like it had any snow on the sidewalks. Like, it was just in the grass. So I was like, this isn't going to be bad. And then, depending on which street you turned on.
Where the sun was.
Yeah, some of the sidewalks were fully covered. Some of them were just patchy. It made it a little treacherous, but we got it done.
Yeah, and it was a good weekend, too. We both got our Christmas decorations put away.
Yes, that was a big job. That took me, I want to say, like 4 hours maybe yesterday. Chunk of time, but it's done. It's put away. Well, and then after you put it away, you got to sweep up
all the glitter. Yes. And then you're like, wow, we have no possessions in our house. There's nothing here.
Suddenly, it looks like we just moved in.
Right. I know I had put extra stuff up this year too, like up on my kitchen cabinets too, but I don't know how I got it all put up that quickly. It was after Thanksgiving, that snowstorm we got over the weekend, and I came home and I just got everything decorated. Like, my husband came back in from moving all the snow, and it was a lot. It took a long time because we weren't there to do it in process, so it was like a whole lot to move all at once. And I was like, I'm done already. So I think it did take me longer to put it away because I actually took a break when I got tired. I sat down for a second, but yeah, all done now.
Yeah, I know. It's always a big job, especially taking the trees down, but getting all the ornaments, all the things. Then I didn't want to break anything, so I'm trying to, properly wrap everything up in some newspaper. Yeah. It's a whole thing. However, it is done now. I put just a little sprinkle of Valentine's Day decor out. I don't have a lot, but it's just a little taste.
I just left out some snowflakes and some snowmen. I'm like, that still counts as
winter.
Yeah,
still winter. Especially going to get even cold. I mean, we talked about how it's nice now. This isn't going to last.
No, even colder this weekend. We know we're going to get more snow again.
Yeah.
It's only January. It can snow into March and April.
Really. I know. The 9-day this morning showed Saturday with a high of 15.
That's so cold.
Like, that sounds just brutal.
That's the high, and that's colder than our lows have been a lot of this January.
I know. So that's why it's going to feel worse, because we're not used to it right now.
Right. One thing I did do this year that I liked, when I was buying some groceries, I just thought I'd get an extra lamp. So that's really nice to have that cozy lighting when it is still really dark in the evenings.
Yeah, especially when you take down all the Christmas lights. You need something.
Something cozy. I still have those candles burning, though. Like, I don't mind the scent of Christmas.
Yeah, no, me either. It was a good, productive weekend. My husband painted our laundry room, so that's feeling all fresh. And yeah, it was good. Saw lots of family. We had several birthdays to celebrate. Celebrated 4 birthdays this weekend.
That's a lot of New Year's babies.
Yep, New Year's and then a couple January. But yeah, it was a super good time. Got to see family from both sides, so awesome.
Yeah, a good one. And a really busy day ahead today. So today marks the start of the Iowa legislative session for the year.
It does, yes. And we've been hearing about kind of some of the priorities that Republicans and Democrats plan to focus on this year.
Yeah, the big one is property tax reform. This is something that the governor's been holding roundtables over the last summer. And also a big one for her is this is the governor's last legislative session in that role.
Yeah, and Democrats plan to focus on affordable housing, public education funding, and also Iowa's rising cancer rates.
Right, but of course Republicans have a majority in the House and Senate and a Republican governor.
Yeah, and a couple other priorities that Republicans are focusing on outside of that property tax reform is carbon capture pipeline restrictions and also some anti-crime measures.
Right, and that legislative session starts at 10 o'clock this morning. We'll have lots of coverage today on the first day as well as the weeks and months to come of what lawmakers are doing this year.
Yes, also happening today, big day for the Cedar Rapids Community School District. They'll be holding another meeting talking about these cuts that they're planning to make in order to balance the budget.
Right. We brought you this is breaking news Friday afternoon when they announced which of the up to 7 schools they could possibly close as part of that plan to cut spending.
And that includes Wright Elementary, Cedar River Academy, Cleveland Elementary, Nixon, Pierce. Those would be slated to close along with Truman Early Learning Center, this is under 2 options, and then Johnson Elementary would close under one of the 2 options, just depending on where they put those lines.
Yeah, and that is part of it, is determining those boundaries for where students would go to middle and high school, as this plan introduces intermediate schools.
And this would create a feeder system so that the same students that start school together at that kindergarten level would stay together as they go to the same middle school, intermediate school, and then the high school. So there's 3 separate kind of, I guess, locations between the 3 schools, and you would stay with your same classmates.
But there is an opportunity to give feedback. Tonight is just a work session, so it's public. But if you want to give feedback, there is an online survey up. But that is only open until noon today, so you do just have this morning to fill it out.
Yeah, and one of the big impacts is this would change those boundary lines for where students attend middle and high school. So for some kids, this could impact, which high school they'll eventually go to.
Right, but none of this is final. The board emphasizes it's still working on the plan, just talking about it today, but they will have a vote on it at the end of the month.
Yes. Also today, we had a story for Working Iowa like we do on Mondays. This one was with the new CEO of Camp Courageous. He just started last week.
Yeah, Charlie Becker left after nearly 50 years as CEO there. That's a long time.
Yeah, a long, long time and a lasting legacy with Charlie Becker, but now he's stepped away from that position. Craig Stadtmuller is the new CEO stepping in, and he had told me that, it's going to be really hard to fill Charlie's shoes. His quote was, "Filling Charlie's shoes as well, it's difficult to even consider because of the special guy that he is." But looking at that legacy, my goal, being Craig, is to build upon that foundation and strengthen it and see it continue to flourish and grow and expand. So he's hoping to continue to build on that legacy into the future.
Right, and that camp does have such a legacy. It's such an important important resource for people in the area. And that was one of my 9 to Care last year was a volunteer at Camp Courageous, and it's just amazing to see all the good they do.
Yeah, so many incredible opportunities for people with disabilities and for their loved ones with that respite care. And they are still hiring for some workers out there at Camp Courageous, aquatics director, as well as an assistant aquatics director. And they do have a pool there on site.
Yes, they do, and it's really nice, and there's just so many things there, and it's just amazing to walk around and see all the resources. They have animals, they have a whole zip line.
Yeah.
Just fun. You really feel fun when you're there.
Yeah, the facilities are so incredible, and the opportunities that they're able to give people with disabilities to try some of these things is just really awesome. And so it was awesome to get to meet Craig Stadtmuller, who plans to lead the camp, and he said that he also has a personal connection to the camp.
That makes a huge difference when you're, maybe you're trying to decide who to fill that role.
Yeah, his sister is a camper there, so very special for him. You can check that story out on our website, kcrg.com.
Yeah, and when you go to Camp Courageous, at least when I did, I noticed all of the trees there. It's beautiful out in the forest.
It really is. It's pretty. It feels like if you went to camp as a kid, it feels like that, right? You're out in nature, you've got the fire pits, it's really cool.
Right, and I didn't see if there was any chestnut trees, but that was the topic of our We the People
this
week.
This was such an interesting story that Grace Vance did, our reporter here. She talked about the history of the American chestnut tree and how there's one on the University of Iowa's Oakdale campus in Coralville, which it's super rare. I didn't realize how rare this was to have one of these mature American chestnut trees.
It just makes me think of the Christmas song, the chestnuts roasting over the open fire. But that did play a role in the history, though.
Yeah.
That tree is the second oldest in Iowa, I believe. Yeah. And 125 years old.
Yeah, that's incredible. She spoke with the campus arbor, Andy Dahl, and he talked about how there was a blight in 1904 that wiped out a lot of these trees. That's why it's so rare. It's because, they just didn't make it. And so he talked about how now it's like a time machine seeing this tree and going back, and how people have traveled from other states just to see this tree.
Yeah, and if you're wondering how you tell if a tree is a chestnut, they have bark that goes diagonal.
Yeah, really pretty, really interesting. I would have had no idea about this, and that's what I loved about this We the People series that we've been doing, is because every week I feel like I learned some new little tidbit about Iowa and history, and it's just really cool.
Right, and just the what they use them for, like the early settlers relied on them for food and livestock and housing, and Grace showed a picture of like a kind of a log cabin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't, know that would have necessarily been chestnut.
Yeah, wouldn't have thought about that either. And the arborist told Grace that they've actually sent off samples for research to try and find a blight resistance tree.
Yeah, it just makes me think of the emerald ash borer too, like how just one insect or blight or disease can impact the whole species of trees.
Exactly, yeah, and we've seen a lot of that in Iowa.
Right, we really have.
Yeah, so really cool story there. Again, you can find that on our website, kcrg.com.
Yeah, this weekend I also did some baking. I experimented with some puff pastry because I have another family Christmas and I'm trying to decide what recipe to bring, and we were talking, breakfast foods sound good. So I made one kind of like cinnamon twist, like cinnamon, brown sugar, some maple syrup, butter, and then topped it with some maple syrup icing. That one was good.
That sounds good.
It was just hard to get the twist shape, and then I think I cooked it, got just a little bit well done. Still good with a cup of coffee. And the other one, I made some cheese, and I thought it tasted really good, and I had eaten mine when it was just kind of warm out of the oven, and I gave one for my husband to try. He's like, not my favorite, and I was like, oh, I thought it was good, so I tried another bite. Didn't taste as good when it was completely cooled down, so that's why I practice.
Yes, that would be hard maybe even to keep it warm. Maybe you could pull it straight out of the oven. But
right.
Yeah, see, this is why you practice. I'm sure they were both good though.
Right, still at the end of the day, a nice warm treat.
Exactly, yeah. Right. And another Christmas still.
Yeah, that's coming up.
That's fun. Yeah, it's kind of fun when the holidays sprinkle out like that.
Can see family and not have it all together at one point. That's nice too.
Yeah, something to look forward to.
Yeah, and besides just these warm temperatures today.
Right, I know. Hopefully you have some time to get out and enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
Have a great one.